Have you been staying up at nights really late, or I guess early in the morning, dreaming of one day your Gorgon becoming the railgun that it deserves? Well, in today's video I'm gonna be introducing the Incarnon Genesis adapter for your Prisma Gorgon, or your base Gorgon, or your Gorgon Wraith. So in today's video we're gonna make our Prisma Gorgon into a railgun. And how are we gonna do that? Well, the Incarnon Genesis adapter, I kinda said it so I'm repeating myself, but nonetheless, why the Prisma Gorgon? The Prisma Gorgon basically has higher stats over the Wraith and also the base variant, other than it has a lower total damage, 23 compared to the Gorgon Wraith's 27, but it has higher critical chance, the multipliers higher as well, average damage per tap, burst, sustained, higher fire rate, larger magazine, a lower status at 15% compared to the Wraith's 21, but that's not honestly gonna be that important in general. So we're not gonna actually even compare it to the base Gorgon because that's not that important. So let's get started. What are the Prisma Gorgon's stats? We have 30% critical chance. That is really good. 2.3 times multiplier, and we also have a 15% status chance. So stats in general are really nice. Primarily impact, which you may be saying is pretty bad, but honestly, you're not going to even notice it. The primary damage type for the Incarnon form is going to be puncture, and it also deals heat damage. Now, the stats are a little bit lower. The crit chance is 27% compared to the 30% on, I guess, the normal firing mode, and then a little bit higher status chance at 21% compared to 15 inside of your base form. So basically, it has a 5-meter explosion radius, and it does heat and then puncture damage. Now, this weapon is incredibly good. The evolutions, the first one being dueling headshots, will unlock the Incarnon form. Then the second form, I use Hospitale Virtue. It increases the damage by 5, on Shield Break increases the damage by 8 for 8 seconds, and Hunter's Mantra increases damage by 5, with channeled ability you get punched through and you get 4% accuracy. Then the third evolution, we're going to be using Rapid Reinforcements, 50% reload speed, we have minus 50% recoil, and on reload from empty increases the magazine capacity by 15, stacking up to 3 times. And then evolution 4, I'm going to be using Absolute Valor, increasing the critical chance. We also do have an increased status chance by 12%, and then the last one is going to increase our critical chance by 2% and our status by 6. So 6% critical chance is going to be our fourth evolution. Now, the thing is, we don't really need that much status with this weapon just because we already have 21% in inside of its Incarnon form. The base form actually is pretty usable. Now, how is it that it's actually usable? Well, the build on the screen right now is gonna show you how this weapon is actually usable, even if in its base form. Now, people might be saying Hunter Munitions, Serration, don't do that, that's an idiot move. Okay, you don't have to do it, put on a faction specific mod, and there you go. Everything and all the multipliers apply, and calculations as well with the faction specific mods and the damage, so keep that in mind. But I love using Hunter Munitions instead of a faction specific mod. First of all, I didn't really gather up all the primed ones yet, so that's why, and plus I am that type of person that cannot be bothered to change the actual loadout. Nonetheless, with this build you're pretty much going to breeze through Steel Path. Having Vile Acceleration is really good as well, because your fire rate is incredibly fast. Now, what you can do is put on the auxiliary mod. You can put on that reduces recoil. That's up to you. Honestly, I don't really have an issue in Warframe with recoil. I mean, it's Warframe, I'm not playing Counter-Strike, so I don't really need spray control in this game. I just basically fire in the general direction of enemies, and they're pretty much going to die with the Incarnon Gorgon. But nonetheless, you can put it there if you want to. As I said, mods are really personal based. This is the build that I use. I find this build very effective and very usable inside of Steel Path. Now, I do use this build Revenant, but because of the shield break, because of the second evolution, you're basically going to be getting for 8 seconds 8 extra damage, which is really good and can help out as well. So a Warframe that uses shield gating is incredibly good, like for example Saren. Now, I use Saren first of all because she applies a lot of viral survivability as well, and of course we do want that shield break for that extra 8 damage, which might not seem like a lot, but believe me, it maybe can make a difference when defeating acolytes or Thrax units in my case, because I always play Conjunction Survival. Nonetheless, I'm actually incredibly surprised by how good and effective this weapon is. Now, inside of the Incarnon form, the ammunition count is not that big. It's not something that you're going to be able to use a lot. You're honestly going to waste the ammo inside of the Incarnon form incredibly fast. Actually, really fast, but nonetheless, it doesn't really matter because everything is going to die in the general vicinity. Of course, putting on the, it's not the Fulmination mod, it's the other one, it's up on the screen right now, that increases the blast radius, is going to increase it from 5 to 8, if to my best knowledge, and it's going to be even more AoE damage, which is really good. Nonetheless, this is a weapon that I recommend you definitely pick up as soon as you possibly can. It is available in Kalervo's Incarnon shop at the moment. I'm not sure if this is on rotation, it doesn't say it anywhere, so if you want to get it for 120 platinum there, if you can't be bothered to farm it or can't wait for it, but definitely pick this weapon out. You're going to be extremely surprised by how good this weapon is. Nonetheless, I was your lovely host, the Gaming Weasel. Hope you guys enjoyed. Comment down below on what you think of the Incarnon Gorgon, and do leave a like and subscribe for more content. I do try to upload the regular Warframe videos on this beautiful YouTube channel. I love you, my little weasels. This has been the Gaming Weasel, over and out.